The importance of introducing interest-free or Islamic banking to Ethiopia. First of all, let's define interest-free or Islamic banking. The definition given by the Organization for Islamic Cooperation is more appropriate and is defined as an Islamic bank is a financial institution whose statute, rules, and procedures are developed based on the Sharia principle, stating, particularly, the banning of the receipt and payment of interest on any of its operations. These principles are 1. The prohibition of riba or interests. 2. The prohibition of gharara uncertainty, risks, and speculation. And 3. It involves only halal activities, which are permitted by Islam and based on justice. The National Bank of Ethiopia is preferred to use interest-free banking instead of Islamic banking. However, the concept of Islamic banking and free of interest is not similar, because one can simply understood that the concept of Islamic banking is much more than prohibition of interest. Let's go back to the definition given by the National Bank of Ethiopia in 2011. Accordingly, interest-free banking is a banking business which mobilizing or advancing of funds in a manner consistent with Sharia principles and mode of operation that avoids receiving or paying interests. Importance of interest-free banking to Ethiopia. Generally, access to finance in Ethiopia is very low. Nationally, only 14% of the adult population has access to formal credit and savings products. Until recently, there were no financial institutions catering to the large Muslim population of the country, that is, around 45% up to 50% of the population according to HRW World Atlas. Non-inclusion of financial services for any reason was unjustifiable and undermined the national development. To sum up, due to the following reasons, it is essential not only to introduce but also to facilitate the fast development of Islamic banking in Ethiopia. These are create alternative access to formal financial services like Islamic microfinance, Islamic bank, Islamic insurance or takaful, and so forth. Existence of large potential demand. As a result of large Muslim population, Ethiopia's proximity to the large Islamic financial market, like the Middle East and Asia-Pacific countries, and to mobilize huge financial resources to finance national projects. Introduction of interest-free or Islamic banking services to Ethiopia. The history of interest-free banking services in Ethiopia had dated back to 2008 when a proclamation by Ethiopia's financial regulator introduced interest-free banking in the country. Since then, the idea of creating an infrastructure to support Islamic banking in Ethiopia has gained support, and in 2011 a directive by the National Bank of Ethiopia has introduced interest-free banking in Ethiopia and issued formal Islamic-compliant finance. Accordingly, the Oromia International Bank, a private financial institution, was become the first to implement interest-free banking or Islamic banking in 2013. After 2 years, the interest-free banking directives issued by the National Bank of Ethiopia. Soon after, in the same year with that of the Oromia International Bank, the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, the biggest state-owned bank, has started interest-free banking in 2013 in the selected branches in Addis Ababa and in major regional towns. The directives of the National Bank of Ethiopia prohibited the establishment of full-fledged Islamic bank in the country. As a result, the Zemzem Bank, as a prospective new bank, was unable to start operations due to the directives in 2010, though the introduction of interest-free banking or Islamic banking in Ethiopia can be taken as a positive steps. However, its growth is restricted by many challenging factors like provision of only few Islamic banking products and services by those banks that started providing the services, inhibitive policies and a weak legal framework of the National Bank of Ethiopia are constraining the expansion of interest-free banking in the country.